Hello everybody, welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. As you can see, back on EOS. Heading off to talk to the Asari that have landed here. We got Cora, I leveled up and everything. I've switched up my powers a little bit. I can't show you because we're in a safe zone. But I changed out my barricade because I wasn't using it very much. I say I changed out, that would indicate that I took points away from it, which I didn't. But I may respec to get like those 3 points that I got in it back.
I could have used that ordnance a few weeks ago.
I'm Ryder, the human pathfinder.
Lieutenant Harper, we're looking for the Asari Ark.
So am I. Watching the skies every day, praying they survived the Ket.
The evidence pointed to the Ket being involved.
The way pain is involved when you get burned.
What happened?
The Ket chased our Ark across the cluster. But these weren't their regular soldiers. They were hunters. Elite killers.
Being hunted by an elite anything isn't fun. What were they after?
I don't know. I'm a junior. I just do what they tell me. A bridge officer, Sarissa something, gave the evacuation order. Hundreds of people, all trying to flee. It was...
Where could we look for the Ark?
We lost track. But they launched a ship to help evacuees. And her crew would know. You'd have to find her. Follow the transponder, maybe.
Consider it done. Focus on taking care of yourselves.
The ship's called the Paraphona. I'll give you her transponder codes and last flight plan. Thank you. It's good to see the Ket aren't the only ones winning.
Go to Voeld. Alright, so that's back on Voeld. Or back on Voeld. That's over on Voeld. Actually, you know what? That Omniblade 4, that is actually probably stronger than my Asari thing. Or my Asari sword, just because it's... Like, the Omniblade actually has a pretty decent damage on it. Like, really fucking good. Alright. So it doesn't look like there's anything else on here. There could be, but I doubt it. Oh, but there was one other thing I wanted to check. It wasn't there. Is it Nexus? No. Additional task. This one. Can I do this here? Yeah. So, hang on, actually. I'll look up this task. Because, like, I don't remember exactly where it is, but, like, it looks like it's something we can do, right? So, Exile Raids is the name of the quest. Because, like, you would assume that it would be something that we can't do until we reach the, I can't remember what it is, but, okay. Okay, so yeah, it says that the mission location is on Eladan, but which is where the outpost is, but I can find maybe a little bit better. Here we are. That's the better wiki. I'm playing them for redistribution. Yeah, so that's all in places that we can't actually get to, which is weird that it doesn't show that, like, we can't get to it yet, right? But anyway, we got some shit to do over on the Nexus, and we can hopefully track that signal. I don't know if we can do the Asari Ark now or not, because, like, that is Cora's personal quest.
Ascent is go.
And that would be awfully early to do it. So it might be that, like, we can do this step, but I highly doubt that we'll be able to, like, finish the whole thing in this part. Well, I mean, if we go to the Nexus, then we're not going to be able to finish the whole thing anyway, because, you know, it'll be... Because that's an awfully long mission. Not going to lie. Alright. And then...
Ryder.
Yes. All right. Can I check my... Okay, good. I can check my journal. So let's get Cora's back up. Oh, right. But that was... Right. That was bad. All right. So you know what? We'll do this. Oh, whoops. Right. Because, yeah, we have the poker. We have the new memory. We got to turn in the new alcohol thing for the bar. I need to check the shops. Because I need 4 double mod extensions. So I've been checking the shop every time we end up back at the Nexus in the hopes that I'd get another one. Because I remember really having it be a pain in the ass to get those when I first played the game. Because I hadn't been buying anything. Because I'm like, I'll just wait until like I have the best thing that I can make, right? Now, I still don't... I might actually have to look up. Because once I hit 30, obviously, I'll be able to get the last set of upgrades for that. But then we'll unlock, like, the elite tier of them. Of the weapons and armor. And I don't remember how the level requirements for those work. Like, I vaguely remember making... Like, I made the armor a lot more. But also, when I played this the first time, as soon as I got to EOS... I mined the fuck out of every mining spot there was. Just so like I've never had to worry about... like there's very few times where I had to worry about resources at all in this game. Whereas obviously in this time, I'm not doing that. Like I haven't mined anything yet. So I don't really have any mining things. Or any like materials and whatnot. So first things first, since we're out here... We shall head over here, and I could upgrade the Nomad with that as well, which is the shit thing.
Can't predict everything. We just do our best.
Okay, here we are. There you go, double mod extension. Oh, and I can also sell all of my shit. And then let's see if there's anything else here that I remember needing. Tech damage. Okay, so if we're back, okay, here we go. Pistol mods, pistol barrel 4. No. Pistol scope 4. I don't really want scopes on my pistols, so I'll take that. Because all of my shit right now is at 3, so if I can get good shit that's 4. No. Recon scope. Aha, regular scope. Stock. No, do we have barrel? We don't, do we? That's a shame. You know what? I would actually rather have a stock than a scope, in all honesty. Even for that one. Shotgun mods, barrel, good. What does the long barrel do? Damage, okay. So the short barrel, less stability, but more damage, and the long barrel is less accurate. You know what? I don't... Asymmetric spare, but less. Do I care about the spare clip? Don't. Barrel, good. Always nice. Recon, there we go. And a scope, perfect. Okay, so that's their shit. So now I can get rid of my shit. Okay, so I'm currently paying them $3,000. But we should be able to probably make a profit on this. One thing that's nice about these, because like I've been playing Skyrim recently. And I gotta say, I fucking love that I don't have to I don't have to worry about the merchants running out of money. It's very fucking nice. Okay, and armor, I'll just sell that here as well. Now I don't think I can get my remnant armor that I've been researching. I'm pretty sure I can't get all that. There we go. I remembered that I had salvage. And now they're paying me like $10,000. All right, and that augmentations, anti-armor, I don't care. Kinetic coil, I keep. Metagel regular, max health, I'll keep. Shield, health and shield regeneration delay, I don't think. I'll keep that one for now. Shield booster, okay, those I'll keep. Just double check theirs to see if they have anything that. They do have the shield regeneration, but I don't think I use that one. I think I just use the one that gives me more shields. Period. Okay, and then nothing for the Nomad, and I don't care about that. So confirmed trade, made 10 grand and bought a bunch of shit, which is always nice. We'll check this to see if they have anything else, but all they have are, you know what, since I have like 27,000, fuck it, I'll buy these just so that, there, no items available. And then I don't give a fuck about these two merchants because like they don't sell anything that I want. Oh yes, here we are. This is the protesters.
Make them lead or make them...
Hey, what's going on?
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list, like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
Well, I mean,
We only had resources for one outpost, so I focused on the skills we needed most.
And what we need is our families back.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
all right.
I authorize whole colony blocks or a few emergency revivals. I can't wake dozens of random people.
We don't care whose finger pushes the button. If you can't, our leaders can. And if you tell them, they will.
Okay. I'll talk to the leadership about what we can do.
14 months of promises. It's time for some results.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously.
All right. It's weird that you
Make
talk to
them
that
hear.
guy, but like
Make
this
them
chick
know.
here
Make them
is the
lead
one
or
who
make
seems
them
to be the one who's doing the talking, which when you talk to the other guy, she's not even on the fucking camera. All right. So first things first, we shall talk to them.
Those look horrifying. Dutch will love them.
And then see what we get.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me. Do I not get anything now?
It's you.
No? Really? Alright, well, whatever. Let's play some poker.
So, Ryder, big news. I think I found my purpose in life.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Thrashing you at poker? Shall I deal?
Ryder, I can read Gil's vital signs and give you an advantage during the game if you like.
See, now here's the thing, right? Is like, I want to beat him, but that's really cheating. I mean, I have a feel like I don't, because I've only done this mission once, so I don't know if saying yes guarantees you win. It would be hilarious if you said yes and then still lost. That would be fucking amazing, but I have a feeling you're not. You know what? Just because I haven't seen it that way.
Do it.
The Pathfinder has spoken.
Alright.
Ooh, were you holding out on me? You're pretty good at this.
Don't act so surprised.
Poker's lost me several friends over the years. The only one who still plays me is my buddy Jill. I know. Jill and Gil.
The one you mentioned. Part of the initiative?
Yep. Been awake since the start. Jill's a fertility expert. Heads the initiative CRC. My only real friend from back home. I bet 50.
I call. The CRC?
Colonial Repopulation Committee. She's always teasing that I'm making her job harder. Says if I'm not making babies, I'm part of the problem. We have that kind of relationship.
Growing our numbers is paramount to our survival here.
Sure. But that's Jill's purpose. I'm not just going to adopt it. See what I did there? I'm not just going to adopt it.
I saw.
You should meet her. You'll see. She's amazing. Another 100.
He's bluffing.
I call.
Nice. That one's yours. Well, the winning streak's over. You beat me, Ryder, fair and square. Guess I continue searching for my true purpose in life.
I got lucky. In your face, I cheated. Ah.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
No. You're good. I'll have to up my game. Jill's gonna lay into me hard when she hears you won. I'll just tell her this proves how bad a player she is.
Ouch. Have fun. And thanks for the game.
Alright. And then that's that. I think that you do get another quest from him later. And I don't remember. I think you meet Jill. I don't think that it's a very long quest. It's like that, where like you come to the Nexus, you show up, and you just chat to him and Jill. And I think that's it. But I could very easily be wrong. Alright. So let's go talk to Kandros. Because what do we have to do here now? We have Kandros and we have the memory. And I think that that's it. Now, I do believe that these protesters, no matter what, are always there. I don't know if what you take changes who is there. I doubt it, because like you have the choice between a scientific or a military outpost. So, if you pick the scientific outpost, then those with scientific backgrounds are woken up, whereas the ones with military backgrounds are left asleep. But now, once again, like, I agree with these guys completely, because once again, like the guy said, it's like you're here, you came with your kid, and now, you're awake and gonna grow older as your kid doesn't, and it's just like,
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks, dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
We settled Eos. There's no space down there for a few extra?
It's not that simple, Ryder. Everything Eos produces right now is accounted for.
And if we send soldiers to a research outpost, there'll be trouble.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
Do you think these protests could turn violent?
We're all pioneers. Even civilians are tough enough to start something.
And interfering in hydroponics threatens our oxygen supply. They know that.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
These people aren't the enemy. We didn't come all this way to rip families apart. We'll manage the resource squeeze somehow.
Your compassion is admirable, but...
Guess we're all tightening our belts.
You can run a stasis override command from operations. I hope the rest will be that easy.
I mean, yeah, this was one of those ones. I don't think it has any real effect on the game. Once again, it may have effect in a future game. But it's one of those few missions where it's like, yeah, I don't really have to think about it. It's like people should have been grouped together when they signed up.
Command. The stasis pods should start unlocking.
You're really doing this? I was at the protest in hydroponics. I thought we'd just get more excuses. But we already lost a year waiting for our families. I'm glad it's time.
Things will be lean for a while, with the new mouths to feed.
But you're out there. We'll manage somehow. My mom was
What a
scared
weird
something
looking
would go
character.
wrong and she'd be awake in stasis all that time. She isn't... It doesn't work like that, but I just want her out, so I know.
Override complete. Stasis revival triggered on the Nexus. For Jasper K, Griffith G, Hilkvist A, Demerchi P, Kozlov S.
There! That's her!
Why are you still here? Go be the face your mom wakes up to.
I will. Thank you.
Given new resource allocation, personnel in stasis on the Hyperion may now be required to wait longer.
When it's time, you'll have a home to wake up to. I promise.
But yeah, like, they really, like, you would think that this would be, like, a very basic thing that anybody starting an initiative like that, this would see coming, right? Where it's like, you know, you start waking up people who signed up together, who came here together, and you start waking them up separately, and, like, that's not gonna hold for very long. Like, especially once the, post-worlds... Yeah. Especially once, like, the amount of people separated in that, okay. And then we have cult of, okay, so that we can't do, no. Alien pathway hero, okay. So this we have to do, and then we can go back to Aya, and turn that in and see if we have a little bit more space to run around in. Because like I said, that place does open up a little bit. But I'm pretty sure that it's like, right now it's limited. And then once we talk to Ephra, I think it's just open at that point, and that's that. I don't think that saving the Moshai, which is the next main quest after talking to Ephra, I don't think that opens up any more of Aya. I don't think that they limit it that much. But I don't know if they've opened it at all yet, is the thing. Like, yes, we helped out on Navarro, but I don't know if we have to talk to Ephra for the rest of the place to be opened up.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
This memory is of a family gathering on Earth.
Finally, the Ryder clan in one room. It feels like it's been years since we were together.
Or more.
Well, I'll take whatever I can get. I've missed you too.
How are you feeling, Mom?
No, we're not doing that. There's only one rule for this visit. No talking about me. I'm fine. And when I'm not, the pills help. Deal?
Okay.
Good. Let's talk about something else. Alec? Really?
Well, you're both looking taller.
Yeah, Dad, that does tend to happen.
Right, I know. So, I heard the Alliance has a new Mako in the works.
Yeah, word is they can airdrop this one from a ship.
I know. They're saying we might get one on our next expedition.
You still poking around the Attican Traverse?
It's amazing. We think we might have found a Prothean site. No artifacts yet, but we're still digging.
I remember the day they found the first ruins on Mars. Changed my life. We knew for sure that aliens were real. We just had to go find them.
Yes, every day I wake up, I'm looking at a Mass Effect relay, and I keep thinking, what's on the other side?
Don't lose that. The minute you stop wondering what's beyond the mountain, you die a little
No
inside.
chance of that. It's in our blood. You infected us.
What was it like, Dad? When you went through that first relay?
Don't believe the stories. The Charon relay scared the shit out of us. Admiral Grissom included. Why don't we go have this dinner your mom's been slaving over all day? I'll tell you all about it.
I remember that. Mom complained the Ryder clan was never in the same room at the same time.
Odd, considering you were family.
People get busy. Sarah and I were trying to start our lives.
A course that seems to have been influenced by your father.
Yeah, good or bad, your parents rub off on you.
A form of symbiosis?
Sure, I suppose. Though not always beneficial.
It gave rise to you.
Jury's still out on that.
Nevertheless, the emotional bonds among family became clear to me that day. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Okay, and he didn't say anything about new logs in the new logs available. So I'm just going to assume that there isn't any and say, fuck it, let's go. Head off to Aya, whatever. All right. So like that one there is a little bit strange because like why he would lock that memory behind. But at the same time, he may have locked those memories behind because he just wanted, you know, in this case, Ryder to see those ones. And if Sam has access to all of his memories, right? In theory, based on what's being said, you know, like there's only certain memories that he blocked, which means that Sam has access to the rest of his memories. By all means, Ryder could live through his father's life if he so chose. Now, obviously, it would be playing in real time, which means that it would take a lifetime to live through that. But I mean, that would be why he would block specific things so that once, like, you know, because then those would be the ones that they would focus on, right? Because like that one there obviously has very little story behind it. It's just basically everybody was together at that point. Like that just seems like it was a happy memory of his, right? So, you know, he put the block on it so that, you know, they would see that one instead. Now, I'm pretty sure that one, now, I don't know this because I haven't played as a female rider. I haven't played as the sister. But I'm assuming that stays exactly the same, no matter what. Because, like, oh shit, there was somebody else I needed to talk to because I finished one of the missions. Fuck, that's right. Damn it. Oh, I forgot all about that. I need to go talk to one of the scientist people. But anyway, because I'm pretty sure that no matter what, the brother and sister's background are set. So, like, if you decide to be the sister, the brother won't all of a sudden become the scientist of the two. Like, he will still be, like, the guy from the Mass Effect relay. Which is another thing where it's like, I was so looking forward to a second one of these because I'm like, then I'll play as the sister, right? And, like, knowing that, you know, like, that means that, like, your very first choice in this game, you know, whether you play as the brother or the sister, automatically would change. Now, assuming that that's how it worked, would then automatically change how the second one took place, right? Because my guess was so that they don't have to reset your skills in some dumb way or something. Like in Mass Effect, you know, you always forget everything. Well, to be fair, it's different skill trees in every Mass Effect, but, you know. And I think they actually only did that between 1 and 2. I think you may have actually carried over skills or something between 2 and 3. But anyway, that would be a good way to do it, where, like, because you're not the same character, you know?
Specimens, scans. Our conservation effort can barely keep up. What a wonderful service you've done for us. You've certainly earned your fee.
There we go. And that, but then, you know, once again, if they decide to go, and like, because obviously we're in the Helios cluster, and in the other 3 Mass Effect games, they used the Mass Effect relays in order to move between clusters, right? So, you know, that's how we got to different places, whatever, right? And I'm actually trying to just remember, which is why I keep pausing, because I'm trying to remember what exactly it is you do when you go from place to place in the first one, but I'm having an issue because it's been so long since I played it. But anyway, you do that. Now, they don't have anything like that here in the Helios cluster. Like, you don't find anything where that would be the equivalent to a Mass Effect relay, and you have no way of knowing whether or not the Remnant had a way to expand across more of the galaxy than just the Helios cluster. Where the fuck are we going? Aya, that's right. Wait, can't remember. So, like, I don't know how they would expand it. Like, my thinking was, like, they would expand it to, like, another new cluster, right? Like, it's like, oh, we found a way. It's like, or, like, this is the next nearest cluster. We can get there, whatever. You play as the other rider. And, like, you would obviously come back to the Helios cluster and do shit. on it, because like then you would be able to see how Eos took over and that. Now they could just keep it to the Helios cluster, of course, and just have the Angarans. What another thing that could happen is a different alien race, because obviously the Ket have a way of making it from cluster to cluster. So you could do something with, so like they could do something like that with that, and like they could have like a part of the game, like the first little bit of the game, be here, and have like some stuff to do with the outposts and that, and like the choices that you made on it, and then have you find something of the Ket's, like the Ket's main ship or something, right? Where you find whatever engine part or whatever it is that allowed them to go from cluster to cluster, and then you can install that on your ship, and now you can move cluster to cluster. But yeah, it would be great because like you could have a new character, play as the other rider sibling. You could have a new ship because, you know, this one is, in my case, you know, this rider ship, and then, you know, you would get another one based off of, and, you know, might be different than the Tempest. It might look exactly like the Tempest with just a new name.
Make it to Havara? I found this Angaran helmet. Does it mean anything to you?
This is a pre-Dark Age design. Do you see the black marks? The Scourge targeted this pilot's ship. Stars, it's perfectly preserved. I can almost imagine the pilot. He must have been so afraid. I've never seen one of these intact. Do you know how rare this is? I can't even begin to repay you.
Why would the Scourge target that ship?
It must have been a remnant vessel, or maybe there's remnant tech in the helmet itself. Can you imagine? Our ancestors using the remnant. I need to study this further to fully understand it. I'll let you know if I discover anything.
You got it.
Thank you, Pathfinder.
You said the helmet was touched by the Scourge. What does that mean?
I forget your people weren't around for that. When the Scourge appeared, it targeted remnant ships, broke down their technology. With the drive cores disabled...
The ships crashed.
But that may not be all. The Scourge leaves a mark on whatever it touches. If it touched this helmet, perhaps the pilot was the target. There may be remnant tech inside the helmet.
Or in the pilot.
Storms. I hadn't even thought of that.
Any insight you can give me on the remnant tech?
We don't know much. To our understanding, it's always been here. Stars. I would love to be the one to solve that mystery.
Is it normal for someone as young as you to be in charge?
I'm no younger than you. And you're a Pathfinder.
I kinda inherited the job.
So did I. I was apprenticed to the former curator. It was my job to bring him artifacts from other worlds. When he retired, I sort of fell into his position.
Do you miss relic hunting?
Some days, but mostly I'm happy to spend more time with each piece.
Have you always been into history?
Oh yes. When I was young, I would dig up shells and pretend they were ancient armor pieces. I've always had a big imagination. With only 14 siblings, I got lonely sometimes.
14? That's insane.
Why? How many do you have?
One.
Just the one.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
So,
I should get moving.
Joel will explain some of that later to us, I think, when we talk to him after Voeld or something, or during his personal quest. But like, it's basically like they have group families, you know. So like when he said his true mother, that would be like the equivalent to like our mother, right? But then the other mothers that he has are, you know, they're. I really, even after, like, I remember pretty much everything he said, but he doesn't go into very specific details, so it's still kind of a little fuzzy. But just think of it this way. They all live in, like, more or less the same, I don't know if they live in the same house or just, like, the same region, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just think of it like it's a giant group. They all live in the same place.
That leg of my workbench needed propping up.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest is an orchestra of new tech. You can't just meddle with...
I got this ship launch ready in record time, Callow. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow.
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that. What can I do for you?
Okay.
I'll let you come.
Pretty sure those are just consistent ones. Like those will always be up. All right. So we're at 35 minutes exactly, actually, according to my recording. And we're done everywhere that we can be. So we will go to Voeld and do the first little section of it, where we make it to the resistance base, basically. Now, Voeld is another one like Eos that has the environmental hazards. This time, though, it's cold instead of radiation. And we have to, and once we do the vault, leave and come back, then the cold is subsided a little bit. I think they're just like Eos. There will still be areas. Although when we were around Eos this time, I didn't see any fucking, like, there was zero radiation anywhere. But anyway,
I once took part in an attack on one of their bases.
Sounds like fun.
It was desperate. We won, but only barely.
all right. So yeah, we'll do Voeld before we talk to Ephra, just
Not
because
really a
I
holiday
much
destination.
prefer that way. Because I think on mine playthrough of it, let's see, who do we want? We're going into a resistance fight. So Joel, because it's obviously the Angarans. And I mean, right, Drac, because we're just going to go and fuck shit up. So, I mean, he seems like the guy to call for that.
Take her down, Callow.
We designated this planet Habitat 6. Original readings suggest that it had a breathable, nitrogen-rich atmosphere and oceans of H2O.
I take it that's no longer the case.
All H2O on Habitat 6, Voeld to the Angara, is ice. And those oceans, frozen over completely.
There goes the dream of a seaside property. That's a pretty intense blizzard.
LZ is on the windward side of the mountain. Conditions are bad. I'm tracking gale force squalls.
Never really had a Subi in the other...
Whoa.
We're good. We're good.
You sure? Want us to get out and push?
Very funny, Ryder.
Because, like, Callow would obviously be the equivalent to Joker, because he's the pilot, but we never really had Subi. I guess in the first one. I guess kind of Edie was more or less our Suvi for the other ones. So yeah, as you can see, our life support there.
Suvi wasn't kidding about the cold.
But if we follow the lights, it gets really cold. But I do believe that there are heaters.
Blizzard provides cover, great for a hidden base.
Step carefully. Ice and darkness. Deadly combination.
Yeah.
This is an impressive setup. A functional base on an ice mountain.
We're a strong people who are only momentarily burdened.
There we are. So yeah, we come across the heaters there, and then that resets our life support.
Straight on. Any squishies need to warm up?
We're
Yeah.
almost there. We'll need to talk to Commander Anyik when we arrive.
Ah, here we are. Not for-
She knows. We're headed to see her now.
All right. So yeah, even out here. Now this does go away, like right away here. And you can scan a bunch of shit that's out here, and there are some. There's, if I remember correctly, there's one that's like fucking horrid to get. One what? You're probably asking. There is a
Reading a severe temperature drop.
those chests that you can unlock, the supply crates and whatnot that you can unlock with the one cryopod perk. There's one here that's just fucking horrendous to get. Either it's horrendous to get, or I was just too too stubborn to wait until like the opportunity to get it actually opened up. like the opportunity when you're supposed to be able to get it opened up. Because yeah, I remember like jumping up on these things, jumping up on the ships, jumping up on those, like trying to work my way around to it, and it was such a pain in the ass. And then like,
I love you, Hera.
I know.
Who knows how much time we have?
oh, datapad, eh? Hang on. Yes, I'm aware of the dwindling supply situation. The supplies meant for the resistance had to be diverted to at the last moment, so we never received them. We'll get the next drop. I'm taking care of it myself. Alright, now I don't think I can scan those. No. Now you would think that an alien walking into the resistance headquarters on the planet that houses their capital, we don't get to see the capital. We're told where it is, but we don't actually get to it ourselves. There's a bunch of fucking armor there. Wow.
Got a message from my little brother.
But yeah, it's somewhere on this planet anyway. I think it's in a crater or something, which isn't bad defensive-wise.
Good to see you again, Commander Dozil.
And you, Jarl. You must be Ryder. Jarl told us what you did for Kirin's team on Havarl. I'm Anyek Dozil, commander of this encampment. You're welcome here as an ally of the Angara.
Thank you for allowing us into your base, Commander.
Your actions display your soul's intentions. I hope you will join the fight against the Ket. We've held the Ket at bay, but have been unable to deal a decisive blow. The longer things drag on, the greater our disadvantage.
If your current approach isn't working, we'll need to find another one.
Our main problem is a lack of fighters. If you want to know where you can make a difference, go to the post that overlooks the valley. Nothing happens on Voeld without our lookouts knowing about it. Before you go, is there anything else I can help you with?
How are you holding up against the Ket?
It hasn't been easy. We've had our victories, but we're a small force. Too small.
Didn't Ephra send recruits?
Most of them are young, untrained. If we want to beat the Ket, we need medics, technicians, and skilled fighters.
Then Ryder and I will help.
We will?
If the commander needs recruits, we'll find them.
I'm an outsider. How could I convince anyone to join your resistance?
You may be an outsider, but Jarl is an experienced soldier with unmatched passion. He's inspired the will to fight in so many of us.
Jarl's right. We can find the people you need.
I'd be happy to take anyone you send my way. You have my gratitude, both of you.
How long has the Resistance been around?
Nearly as long as the Ket. With our military destroyed, civilians took the fight into their own hands. They formed the Resistance as a final effort to retake our home.
It seems to be working.
Only since Ephra took over. His tactics gave us the push we needed against the Ket. But even now, we're a long way from winning.
I've met Ephra. He's interesting.
He's never been good at first impressions. He can be stern, but he's exactly what the Resistance needs. Ephra took a scattered band of civilian fighters and molded them into an effective army. What success we've had against the Ket is entirely due to his leadership.
Most people seem to really respect him.
Because he would do anything for his people, he inspires the same in us. We may not always agree with Ephra, but we'd follow him to the end of the stars.
That's it for now.
I'll be here if you have any questions.
Alright. So I see that we have a couple of quests that we can get. Ket surveillance, shift changes, Ket leader weapons, and feeds the... Okay. So not a whole lot there, just some scouting reports. Don't think that there's anything much to scan in here, but we do have some side quests.
Apologies, Pathfinder. I'm a little busy at the moment.
Alright, sure. Now, one unfortunate thing about this base is it's fucking confusing at times to find where the hell it is we need to go for some of these quests and that. I took a party to a supply drop point. When we got there, everything was gone. Our contact was missing. The snow showed signs of activity, multiple individuals. The Ket, maybe. I'll keep this quiet until you can get it sorted.
Looks like supplies aren't getting through to the Resistance.
Olisk is in charge of requisitions. We should speak with him.
Alright. The guy who was too busy for us.
Pathfinder, something I can do for you?
And now he's not too
You're
busy
the
for us.
requisitions officer? I hear you're having supply issues.
Of course not. I don't know what you've heard, but everything's running fine.
I saw the messages sent to you. What are you hiding?
Keep your voice down. I need to keep this news contained. No one knows the shipments have stopped. If word gets around, we'll have a serious morale drop. I need to investigate this quietly.
You have any leads?
Not much. The supplies make it planetside, but never reach the base. The obvious answer is the Ket. Sabotage is their style. We changed our drop point, but no luck. I can't send someone to investigate without word getting around. I guess there's no avoiding it eventually.
I can take a look at the drop point. That way no one will panic.
I can't sanction an official search, but I also can't stop you from investigating on your own. The nav point for the last drop location is in my personal console. You seem to be adept at decryption, so I'll let you figure out the rest.
Really? It's like, yeah, I'll let you go and investigate, but you have to hack into my system. Which, I mean,
Decryption
with Sam
successful,
means nothing,
Pathfinder.
but...
Updating your nav system with a supply drop point.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure that I saw another... Ah, there it is. Ooh, and a container. I was gonna say, I know I saw another... side mission, but like I said, sometimes just like running at it doesn't always work, because sometimes it's convoluted. Like, I don't remember exactly which ones, but I remember there being points in here, or like trying to like turn in quests and that where I could not find the fucker I was trying to talk to.
Yes, what is it? You're that alien they've been talking about on comms, aren't you? Why are you standing here? Don't you have more important places to be?
I'm not sure which question I should answer first.
How about none of them? I simply wanted to express my surprise that someone was in my way.
Dr. Hareen, maybe Ryder could help us with the emergency caches.
Emergency caches?
This is a war zone. Ket attacks are always a risk. Wounded. There's probably a cache of emergency medical supplies nearby. No substitute for real medical attention, but you'll survive long enough to reach it.
Problem is the caches are empty right now. Restrained and no one's been out there to replenish supplies.
There's no time to waste. I'll help with whatever you need.
Supply crates are stacked by the wall over there. Directions to the caches are with them. You have a vehicle?
Of course.
Good. Get going.
Alright. And I think that there is a couple more things we can do in this section.
These are the emergency medical supplies the doctor mentioned. We have to get them to the caches. Sam, you saving the location data?
Of course, Pathfinder.
Nope. Datapad, transcripts. Alright. Don't know what that's about.
Jarl, have you come back to us?
Briefly.
And these must be the strangers I've heard so much about. You know, if not for Jarl, I might kill you.
This is my friend, Maisie. She helps supply the resistance.
That must be difficult out here.
Jarl's the brave one.
How do you get supplies with the Ket everywhere?
The same way we came. There are caves and hidden paths all over Voeld.
It's hard to fly in, so my children run most items through the caves, little by little.
Children?
Their size makes it hard for the Ket to detect. We all do what we can out here, even children.
How do you feel about Ephra?
Some speak ill of the man, but his plan is bold and the resistance is important. I'll do what I can to help until I can't help anymore.
Are you selling anything we could use?
I have almost nothing left. What I do have, we need if we're going to stand any chance against the Ket. Maybe if you clear that Ket station on the South Road, I'd be able to bring in more and spare something for you.
Good luck, and stay safe.
Just make sure you return Jarl to us.
Sure. Alright.
If you need patching up, you'll have to wait. A patrol just came through and I need to see to them.
Is it just you here?
Volunteer medics are hard to come by, especially ones who can handle Voeld.
It's actually warm in here. Those heaters work pretty well.
We don't use them for heat. They generate artificial sun, so we don't go dark.
What do you mean, go dark?
Right, I suppose you wouldn't know about that. Our bodies generate energy from sunlight. If we don't get enough, our immune systems weaken and our bioenergy slows. We go dark.
It can't be easy living in a place like this.
Between the cold and the lack of sun, it's tough to keep morale up. Most of us come from Aya or Haval, so it's a big adjustment. Immunity drops, people get sick. But if the civilians in the settlements can live here without complaint, so can we.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
Okay. So that's more or less it, I think, for this area. Now, if I can find the door, we can at least call in, or we can get to the point where we can call in our nomad. That would be a good endpoint.
Hold. Hostile hoping.
We're seeing an increased activity around John Nihik. The Cat have erected a barrier of some kind around the dig. Scouts have spotted abducted Angara moving around behind the shield. Looks like the Cat have them working on something. We can't tell what it is. Also, more reports of abductions. The Cat appear to have stopped trying to attack the Dara. Too well defended. That's good. However, it looks like they focused their attacks on people traveling across the planet. Ambushes have increased. Should make sure the warning goes out.
From this room, we keep track of our brothers and sisters in the field.
You don't win.
I apologize, Olis. My pilot says she made the supply drop at the nav point. I can't figure out why they never reached you. Oh, okay, so this, I think, may have been another one.
Without good they all say the same thing.
So I think
supplies.
If you don't bring Jal with you, I do believe he's standing somewhere around here. I think. Oop. But I could very easily be wrong about that. There we go. Okay, so I think out here is where we can get our first forward post and call in the Nomad. So yeah, we'll talk to these guys and then that'll be the end.
Whoa, didn't mean to sneak up on you.
It's the alien, the one that helped out on Havarl. Didn't expect an alien to help. They've mostly tried to kill and enslave us, so that's amazing. You're amazing.
Shut up, Beniska. You're embarrassing.
You shut up. I'm being charming, right?
The Angara have been wonderful to us, including yourself. So thank you.
See? We're building bonds here to seek.
So what's out there? Any tips?
As a start, you could join our fight in Hajara, where those red lights are. I hear someone's looking for help.
Or you could just go there and kill some Ket. They're everywhere.
Anything else you need to know? We've been stationed here forever, so we're experts.
Those red lights. You said that's Hajara?
Yes. Hajara Station, one of the Dar in the valley. It's a small community, mostly scientists. There's people there that might need help, if you haven't checked it out already.
How does anyone live out here?
Why so surprised? We've adapted to this weather.
Those lights are conspicuous. Don't the Ket attack?
We've adapted to that too. The Ket want to take us alive, so we fight to the death. It seems to deter them.
What's that alien facility on that mountain over there?
That's the Ket Command Center. We have constant eyes on it.
What's its purpose?
It controls Ket operations on the entire planet. There's always ships coming and going.
I came face to face with the prefect there. Meanest, motherless Bisan I ever saw.
Even the Ket seemed afraid. We don't have much intel on her, though.
Do you know of any remnant sites or ruins?
I think so. Actually, I don't know.
Seek, do you ever read the dailies?
No. You'll tell me if I need to know something.
So where is it?
Tall lights, over on your right somewhere.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Take care. Stay safe.
You be safe too, Jala Madarov. Has your sister recovered from her mission? She was brave.
So brave.
She is. Both recovered and brave. Thank you for asking.
Alright.
Tempest, we're gonna need the Nomad. My position.
Deploying forward station. Good luck, Ryder.
Activating automated
Yeah.
forward.
So here's our first forward station, which also gives us our life support back. And we can call in the Nomad here. So let's... Oh, fuck.
Mining zones in this region are available.
Yeah,
Pathfinder.
fucking mining
I've added them
zones.
to your nav system.
There we go.
Okay, Sam, what's Voeld got for us?
Ket activity appears to be centered around this large central command post. According to Resistance intelligence, the base coordinates all Ket military efforts on Voeld.
And taking it down will cripple their operations.
In theory. However, given the trouble the Angara Resistance has had infiltrating the base, it will not be a simple task. I recommend a more cautious approach that starts with the investigation of smaller Ket installations.
What about the Angara? The Resistance, what's their status?
Resistance dispatches indicate there is someone in Hajara who needs help. We could visit Tekix, a larger and more established Angara Dar that is nearby.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam.
Pathfinder, Vold's temperature range is fixed well below freezing, with pockets of even more severe conditions. This necessitates the use of the Nomad. I advise against prolonged exposure to the cold.
Got it. Don't crash the car.
Our scans have detected remnant monoliths, which suggests the presence of a vault.
And that means we might be able to melt this ice cube. All right, we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going.
All right. So yeah, odds are we'll do the vault first. We'll go and get that because surprisingly enough, the vault not a main objective on this. I mean, obviously a vault's always good to do, but it's not like a main problem here or like a main thing here. So we'll go and do the vault first, because that will warm the place up a little bit. I don't know if it'll help us too much until we leave and come back, but hey, help is help, right? But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.